Hi guys and welcome back. Today we will discuss together what are the top protocols in order to trade with leverage on a DEX. I have selected 7 of them. I will present which are them, but most of all we will try to understand if the price of the token of these protocols is good or not. And I will share a couple of details, a couple of strategies that can be useful for you on this side. Just before to start, guys, let me say that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. And if you want to invest in anything, that's great, but always on research before. And guys, don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up. Drop a comment into the comment section below. Feel free to share with me another protocol that maybe I have forgotten or your ideas about which token do you prefer maybe to hold and which one do you prefer just as a platform, but do you think that the tokenomics is not so good? Because as we will discuss together, there is a big difference between the tokenomics and the protocol itself. So guys, let's start immediately. The first protocol that I want to present to you is DYDX. That is probably the biggest one. It is based on Ethereum. They are working also with their own blockchain. It is powered by Starkware, and the peculiarity is that they are leveraging an order book. So it means that in the moment when you are using, you are fulfilling an order that is inside the order book. For example, this is a pretty different approach for what we are seeing on GMX or all the other exchanges or the other DEXs that are offering trading with leverage but without an order book, and we will understand how it works just in a moment. Similarly to DYDX, there is Mango protocol that is on Solana. Mango is also leveraging Serum as a technology, and if you want to know more how it works, I will leave you my old video, because to be fair is an old video, but it is pretty actual on how it works, at least the basic of the protocol. If you are curious, you can check it. So we have these two first protocols, DYDX and Mango, that are leveraging an order book. So it means that you are adding an order to the book and you are filling another in the moment when you are buying and selling the liquidity of another user. The leverage is changing among the different protocols. For example, on DYDX, you can trade up to 20x, and remember that the assets that are supported are changing according to which protocol you are using. As you can see, DYDX is supporting quite a big number of assets. So to try to answer to the first question is which protocol you should use. So you have 3 main categories in order to evaluate them, or better, maybe there are 4. First of all, the blockchain. Which blockchain do you want to trade? Because obviously trading on Ethereum, it is having some kind of fees. Trading on Solana, it's having some other fees, and so on. So according to which blockchain, how many transactions you want to perform, obviously maybe a blockchain could be better than the other one. The second choice is which asset you want to trade. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum are supported almost in any kind of product that we want to see. On the other side, if you want to trade something that is more niche, not all the protocols are supporting this kind of assets. So obviously you have to change according to this need. The third point is about fees. As you can see, you can check the fee into the documentation. You can find all the information just going down here, and you will be able to find out all the information that you need. Each protocol is offering you different fees. Obviously, it really depends how much money you are moving, how many transactions you are doing, because maybe sometimes the fees are so close that they are not making so a big difference. It really depends what you are looking for. Obviously, you have also to remember that there is a funding rate if you are using leverage, because in the moment when you are leveraging, you have to pay for the liquidity that you are borrowing. And also in this case, the fee is changing according to the platform. So each platform is having its own rules, plus according to the market conditions. Some kind of platform, maybe in some kind of market condition, could be performing better than others. So we have DYDX and Mango. In a moment, or maybe at the end of the video, I want to discuss also about the price of the DYDX token and the Mango token. Going on, another solution is Perpetual Protocol. The main difference between what we have seen just until a moment ago and Perpetual Protocol is the way that the liquidity is managed. On DYDX and Mango, we have the order book. So you are providing liquidity, just adding your order to the book. In the moment when we are using Perpetual Protocol, we are having liquidity providers. It's not so different from what we are seeing on GMX, even if on GMX you are having a GLP, so you are depositing, it is like an ETF that you are adding liquidity, you are receiving this token that is representing the ETF, so the a portion of all the liquidity is retained by the protocol, and in the moment when you are gonna withdraw, you will receive a part of this liquidity. Perpetual Protocol has been one of the first moving into this space, and right now it is available on Optimism. If you want to know more, you can simply launch the app and you will see that the design is pretty nice and the team has been working pretty well. Going on, I have mentioned GMX. Sorry if I'm gonna go through the different protocols quite quickly because I have 7 of them. I don't have the time. I don't want to make this video lasting like 1 hour. This is not the time to going through in detail everything. If you have any kind of curiosity, feel free to ask me into the comment section below and I will be more than happy to answer to you. GMX, it is one of the most hyped thanks to the GLP model. So the way that I was explaining to you in a moment ago, you are providing liquidity to the protocol, and the protocol is using this liquidity to offer to users the leverage trading. So it means that in a moment when a user that is using GMX is winning a trade, it is taking the liquidity from the GLP, so from the people that are providing liquidity. So people that are providing liquidity in that moment are losing, and people that are winning the trade are winning. Just for your knowledge, on average, users are losing money on leverage trading from one side due to fees and so on the other side, because most of the time people are understanding into the wrong way the market. Obviously, this can change in the moment when the market will go into a bull run. And this is something that you should pay attention because, yes, right now, if you want to have that exposure, if you are interested into this kind of strategy, because maybe you can from one side provide liquidity, on the other side cover yourself with a short position that will edge what you are using on GMX. That's, for example, what Umami Finance is trying to do, creating some kind of delta neutral, pseudo delta neutral strategy in order to receive just the yield generated by the platform. That's something that you should pay attention because, guys, remember, in the moment when you are providing liquidity, yes, you are earning fees, but you are exposed to the volatility of the asset. Not to mention that if for any reason the market is becoming so predictable that all the traders are winning trades, obviously you will lose liquidity, and that's something that you should take in account. Close to what GMX is offering, there is a MetaVault trade that is available on Polygon. It is just a GMX fork, and exactly as a MetaVault, there is also Mycelium. That is another platform, it is another GMX fork that is available right now. And if you're wondering what is Mycelium, it is also just the rebrand of TracerDAO that was offering some vault that was using also GMX. They have been just evolving their own platform into something that right now it is a GMX fork that is available on Arbitrum. Going on, because there is also something else. Gains Network, that is Gains.trade, it is another platform that is close to GMX, but instead of having the GLP as liquidity, they are using DAI, so the stablecoin by MakerDAO that has been used as the main liquidity. So if you want to participate as a liquidity provider, you have to use DAI in order to provide liquidity. Plus, they have also been adding another system to burn and mint the GNS token, that is the governance token, according to how the people that are trading are winning or losing the different trades. Going on, there is another protocol that is called Quenta, that is powered by Synthetix, so the protocol that is using synthetic asset. As you will see down here, Quanta is offering futures and spot positions, but in both of the cases we are using just synthetic assets that are receiving the price by the Chainlink Oracle. As you can see, these are the different assets that are supported. As I was telling you, guys, remember that each platform is having its own leverage, its own assets, kind of assets are supported. So always check which is the best for your needs. Okay, this is just to give you an idea on which are the different players into this industry, and many other will come. Just for give you an idea, if you use DeFi Llama, you will see that this is just about GMX forks, just the ones that are tracked by DeFi Llama, and you will see that, for example, there is also Nix, a perpetual exchange, that is another protocol that I haven't mentioned right now, but if you go here on categories and you go on derivatives, you will see that right now, just on DeFi Llama, they are tracking 36 different protocols. Just to say, guys, there are many of them that are working into this market, because this is something that is pretty hot. If we will be able to transform what it is used to have into a centralized exchange into a decentralized environment, giving leverage, a secure environment, low fees, and so on, while still keeping the ownership of your cryptos, that could be something huge. That's the reason why many protocols are working on it, and that's the reason why we are seeing every day a new perpetual protocol popping out. But let's now try to understand what should be the fair value for each of these protocols, and most of all, in terms of price, which are the difference among them. As you can see, I have just created this short list among the different perpetual protocols, or at least the ones that we have seen together. As you can see, the biggest one is GMX. The main reason is because it is also the ones that is producing much more revenues. Because remember, guys, when we are talking about the token of the platform, in order to understand if the price is a fair price or not, what we need to remember is how many fees people that are owning, that are holding, or maybe that are staking that token will receive. Because if, for example, all the fees are going to people that are providing liquidity and nothing will go to people that are staking or that are using the governance token, it is completely useless, the governance token, because at that point it's much more interesting just providing liquidity. So that's something that is really important. If you want to use a tool in order to understand how much each protocol is producing in terms of revenues, and most of all, what is the ratio between the revenues that the protocol is generating and the market cap, you can use, as always, Token Terminal. Is a pretty useful resource. As you can see, DYDX is among the top of the category, plus GMX is just following, and down here we will find all the different, here is a perpetual protocol, here are synthetics, and down here you will find all the other ones. That's something that I highly encourage you to do. If you are just want to make an investment on the governance token, don't try to do it simply blinded. Try to understand what is the real value of that token. Try to check what is the trend. Are the revenues of the protocol increasing, or are just stagnant, or even going down? Because obviously the best scenario is if revenues are going up. Let's say that we have a token where the revenues are going up and the price is going down. Sooner or later this kind of divergence will be fulfilled. So it means that it's probable that the price at a certain point will start to go up in order to fulfill this kind of divergence. So let's go back to our ranking here. About this ranking, I have also created another one, just try to summarize the level of hype, how many followers each protocol is having. And that's something that is pretty interesting, because usually protocols that are having less audience or less followers on Twitter are protocols, or maybe that are young and they still have to receive the major wave of hype, or maybe are protocols that are not so significant. As you can see, the biggest one is obviously the YDX. After that, we are having Mango, Perp, GMX that is growing quite a lot and has just surpassed Perp. In this case, it should be here. That's the correct ranking. After that, we are having Mycelium. And as you can see, there are the top 4 that are having much more followers compared to all the others. When we are talking about Mycelium, Quanta, Gains Network, and MVX, we are talking about protocols with much less followers. So going back, you can use these metrics in order to understand if protocols are receiving the right level of price, the right level of capitalization. As you can see here, the market cap, on this column we are having the market cap, and into this other one, the FDV, it is the fully diluted valuation. As you can see, in the moment when we are using the fully diluted valuation, we will see a slightly different change into the ranking. This is usually because many tokens are still locked and they will be released into another moment, and that's something that obviously can create selling pressure, putting down the price, and that's something that you should take in account. As you can see, Mango, even if it is having quite a big traction in terms of people that are following it, right now it is still having quite a small market cap. So something is suggesting that maybe Mango is undervalued, even if on the other side we have still to remember that Mango it still has to demonstrate that is able to generate revenues, because right now it is not generating so much revenue as, for example, is doing GMX, that is quite bigger obviously, but is also producing much more money. All the other protocols, for example Mango, Gains Network, a Perpetual protocol, are having around the same kind of market cap, and also closely something similar in terms of fully diluted valuation. As you can see, right now, there is not yet a token of Quanta. The token of Quanta will be released in November, so pay attention to it. If you are interested to know how the Quanta token will be distributed, you can check the documentation. Just click here on Docs, and going down here on Quanta Tokenomics, you will find all the details about that. So just to summarize, we have seen that the market is pretty hot. There are many different protocols that are popping out every day. We are seeing that the evaluation in terms of market cap of all the different protocols is still pretty small, but what we need to see is that protocols increasing their level of trading volume plus the level of revenues generated by the protocol. Don't just invest in once just because we are saying, oh well, PERP, so the token of Perpetual Protocol, is having really a small market cap and really fully diluted valuation, really small. Don't be fooled by that. Yes, it's true that it right now is quite small, at least compared to the level of a hype that has been around this protocol. But on the other side, in this kind of market condition where we are seeing protocols that are decreasing in terms of volumes and so on, what we need to understand is, are you investing just to speculate into the short term? So in that case, it's much better to just follow short time frame with waves that are just generated by the hype and not by fundamentals. If you are interested into the long term, maybe it's much better to try to understand the technology that is behind, how the protocol is trying to evolve, because as we have said many times, also the market will change a lot. And if the market will change a lot, also the technology and also protocols will have to evolve in order to stay on track. Guys, I hope that this video helped you to better understand how the market of derivatives is working. Give a look to all of these protocols, because this topic is quite hot, and I bet that some of them will be a big player for the next bull run, and many other protocols into this sector will come out, and we will discuss about them into the near future. If you know any of them, feel free to share it into the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to check them. Guys, thank you for following me. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. It really means a lot, and that's just a small way to say thanks for our job, obviously, if you enjoy what we are doing. and see you soon. Bye, guys.